Let's talk about one of the most famous gardens in the entire world. It's really just a simple rectangle of raked gravel and 15 stones. But for more than 500 years, it has totally mesmerized everyone from samurai warlords to Queen Elizabeth. So what is it really trying to tell us?
So what you're looking at here is the icon of Zen Buddhism. It's a masterpiece of abstract art called a kare sensui, which just means a dry landscape garden. It's supposed to represent a whole universe, but its true meaning is, well, famously hard to pin down. And the biggest secret all starts with a simple, fascinating little rule. You see, there are 15 stones scattered across the white sand. But here's the thing. From any single spot along the viewing platform, you can only ever see 14 of them. One stone is always hidden from view. So, is this just a clever trick? A little game the designers are playing? Or is it a clue to something much deeper? A kind of hidden language baked into the very placement of the stones. To figure out why this illusion exists, we actually need to go back in time and see where this place of perfect calm came from. Now, you might think a space this tranquil must have been created in an era of peace, right? But the truth is the complete opposite. Ryoanji was forged right in the middle of a brutal civil war. To really get the art, you have to understand the conflict that created it.
The temple was founded way back in 1450 by a man named Hosokawa Katsumoto. And get this, he wasn't a monk. Nope. He was one of the most powerful warlords of his time, a major player in the power struggles that were about to tear Japan apart.
And sure enough, just 18 years after it was founded, the entire temple was burned to the ground in the Onin War, a devastating conflict that Hosokawa himself actually helped start. So this Garden of Serenity literally rose from the ashes of one of Japan's most violent periods. And yet, it recovered so beautifully that about a century later, Japan's great unifier, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, made a point to stop here just to admire its beauty. And that's the incredible contrast at the very heart of Ryoanji. You have chaos and calm, destruction and creation. And that paradox, well, it's the perfect setup for the garden's biggest secret.
All right, so we've seen its violent past. Now, let's turn back to the garden itself, because what recent scientific analysis has revealed is that what looks like a totally random scattering of rocks is anything but.
Okay, here's the crucial insight. The garden is designed to feel natural, to feel random, but hiding right under the surface is a hidden mathematical order, a precise geometric blueprint that was intentionally concealed from us, the viewers. And the key to this whole hidden code is a single, repeating shape, the obtuse inequilateral triangle. The designers used this one shape as the fundamental building block to create this incredibly complex, layered structure.
This diagram here shows exactly how it works. You can see how the individual stones form these triangles, but it doesn't just stop there. Then, groups of stones form a larger triangle, and then those groups become the points of an even bigger one. It's a recursive pattern, almost like a fractal that creates this feeling of both harmony and complexity at the exact same time.
This lays out the central illusion of Ryoanji perfectly. What we perceive, what we feel, is randomness and nature. But the reality is a deeply mathematical and meticulously structured design. It's a work of art that's designed to make you feel nature, but through the language of pure geometry.
So, why? Why do all this? Why create such a complex, hidden code? Well, it turns out this structure isn't just about looking pretty, it's psychological. It's actually designed to subtly manipulate your experience and direct your attention in very specific ways.
Researchers have figured out there are 3 key techniques at play here. First, the triangular structure guides your gaze along these invisible lines. Second, the designers intentionally break their own rules in a few spots. They call it visual dissonance, and that creates a tiny jolt that recaptures your focus. And third, there's a technique called anji, or suggestion, where by hiding parts of the stones, it forces your mind to complete the picture. And that pulls you even deeper into the whole thing.
And this isn't just some theory, by the way. Eye tracking studies have actually mapped it out. The lines you see here show the pathways our eyes unconsciously follow, tracing those hidden triangles and getting caught on those little points of dissonance. The designer is literally choreographing your visual experience without you ever even knowing it.
But here's the thing. The intellectual puzzle of the rock garden, that's only one part of the Ryoanji experience. This place isn't just designed to make you think. To fully get what it's all about, we have to move beyond just analyzing it and actually engage all of our senses. So on the other side of the temple, you find the massive Kyoyochi Pond. This is not abstract and minimal. Oh no, it is a lush, vibrant, living landscape that's designed for you to walk through. Where the rock garden asks you to think, the pond garden invites you to just feel, to just soak in the sights and sounds of nature.
So after engaging your mind with the rock garden and your eyes with the pond, the final piece of the Ryoanji experience is designed to engage your palate. Tucked away inside the temple grounds, there's a restaurant that serves yudofu, which is simmered tofu. Now, this isn't just any old meal. It's a form of Shojin ryori, the traditional vegetarian food of Buddhist monks, and it's all about mindfulness and appreciating simple flavors. The owner of the restaurant describes it perfectly. She calls it a body-warming, gentle tofu made specially for us. It's a dish that's meant to be simple, pure, and warming. It's basically a physical taste of the exact same Zen principles you see in the garden.
So, when we put all of this together, the violent history, the hidden math, the full sensory immersion, we start to realize that Ryoanji isn't just a garden. It's a complete, masterfully designed journey for your mind and your body.
You could call it the Ryoanji method, and it's like a carefully planned four-step process. First, it hits you with that intellectual puzzle. Then, it reveals a hidden mathematical harmony right beneath the surface. From there, it shifts you over to a full sensory experience, before finally, it guides you towards a state of quiet contemplation. Every single step is a deliberate part of the whole design.
Ultimately, Ryoanji is a total work of art. It's this incredible place where every single element, from the violence of its past and the precision of its geometry, all the way to the taste of a simple dish of tofu, is woven together into one single profound experience. And that leaves us with one last question to chew on. Ryoanji teaches us that what looks totally random can actually hide a deep underlying order. It really makes you wonder, if this much meaning can be designed into just 15 stones and a patch of sand, what other hidden structures are out there just waiting to be discovered in our own lives?